Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel, and this is your tip of the week. Many of you viewers tell me you want to get started in sewing clothing. I recommend you start out with maybe learning a sewing accessory. And what I mean by that is something you can wear and it just accessorizes your outfit. And one of the things you can make are neck scarves. And you can't make them out of just any fabric that you want. You have to be very careful about the fabrics you select. For instance, this is a gauze fabric. Now, I have a hard time finding gauze. I did get lucky a few years ago and found it at Joann Fabrics and Crafts. And they're companion ones. They have exactly the same print, except they're using different colors. But the blue is very similar to the blue over here. So they work really well together. So one of the things that I did was I cut off pieces and then stitched them end to end, and I created this great big circle. But when you connect them, you need to be careful how you connect it, whether you're doing a chiffon or this gauze. This has a French seam, and it doesn't pop out at you. If you just had the raw edges there, or you did a zigzag stitch, or even a serged edge, it's going to be more noticeable than this. When you do a French seam, it's just the opposite of what you normally do. For instance, when you do a regular seam, you bring the pretty sides of your fabric, that's the front sides, together. But in a French seam, you do just the opposite. You bring the back sides together. Then you stitch your seam, open it up, bringing pretty sides together again, and then stitch. And your raw edges are hidden inside of this seam. So it's great for making these neck scarves. This one is a really easy scarf. All I did was fold the edges over a couple of times and stitched them down. Now this neck scarf is not very long. I purposely made it that way so that I would twist it and wrap it around my neck, and you can see that all of the colors show, and it looks really pretty. It keeps your neck warm and it looks fashionable at the same time. If you're interested in more detail about doing the French seam, I will have a link listed below your YouTube screen, and I'll also have the link to that scarf. Now this is that same gauze fabric, except it's got the same color on each side. And what it is it's two pieces of fabric stitched along the sides. And it's just a long rectangle. That's another really easy project to do. One more thing that you could do that's not difficult, it's something I feel a beginner could do, is add beads at the end. So the first thing is you would stitch your sides together, turn it pretty side out. This is the pretty side, the front of the fabric. And then I turned the raw edges down here at the bottom inside, and then inserted the beaded fringe, and then stitched close to the edge here. And you can get beaded fringe at Etsy.com. There's a lot of different colors and styles of beads on there. You can also probably find beads on Amazon.com and other sewing supply websites. Here is another scarf. It's just like the first one. It's a tube, and I've also got beads at the end. Now this is like a chiffon. Chiffons can be challenging to stitch on. When I stitch on chiffon, I actually lengthen my stitches, because if your stitch is too short, it's going to bunch up. It's not going to look very good. And then when you try to rip the stitches out, it's almost impossible because it's so embedded into your fabric. So I recommend to do a test stitch on your fabrics first. See how it reacts Make sure you have the correct needle in for the type of fabric you are using. But I really like this one. This I would wear in the spring. Now here is another one. This is like a chiffon also. It's just a little heavier than some chiffons I've used. This is an infinity scarf, and it's just a big giant circle. It's really long. And then when you wrap it and put it around your neck, it's going to hang lower down onto your chest. Now there's no rule about how long your scarves should be. You can cut them any length you like. And so the pieces of fabric are just stitched end to end. Your chiffon fabrics usually come in wide widths when you buy it off the bolt. It's usually between 50 and 60 inches long. So you can actually make a pretty long scarf just out of cutting one piece off. Now, when you're going to buy fabric for your infinity scarf, here's that same fabric in the previous scarf. You don't need to buy a lot, maybe half a yard to 3/4 of a yard. And you can, again, make them any length. You don't need to buy a full yard unless you're going to make a lot of scarves. Here is some more chiffon types fabrics. Isn't this pretty? And this would be really nice for spring. Sometimes when I'm stitching on chiffon fabrics, I will sometimes put thin paper underneath if I'm having a hard time getting it to stitch well. Remember, always do a test stitch when you're working with fabrics you're not used to. That way you can adjust. Here's another one. This almost feels something like a crepe, but you need to make sure your fabrics you select are very flowing, very, very lightweight. And then here's a wild one, all these different colors in it. So you can see how you could wear a plain top and put a multicolored fabric scarf on you. Now this is another scarf. This is a little more advanced, so I wouldn't recommend you pick this first. Do one or two of the other ones so you get used to working with this type of fabric. But this one is twisted. You can't straighten it out. It's not meant to be straightened out. So it's twisted, so when you go to put it on, it really has this fun little soft look to it. This is a very light jersey knit. And on this one, I made a long tube, but I curved the edges because I wanted to put pom-pom fringe on it. Whenever you're going to put a fringe like this, or even a tassel fringe, on your sewing project, you sew it on the back side of the fabric, the not so pretty side. Then you layer your other front part of the fabric and stick it on top and stitch it down. Now you always leave an opening somewhere along the side so that you can turn it front side out. So pick a section about this long, 6 inches or so, and then once you're done stitching everything, then turn it front side out, and you could either stitch real close to the pom-pom fringe, or I like to use, when I'm making neck scarves, a satin stitch, which is a hidden stitch and no one can see it. One more accessory I recommend you start with if you're a beginner is this little hat. And I know it looks like it's probably hard, but believe me, it's not. It's really, really easy. And I used a very lightweight stretch knit. You want to make sure when you make a little cap like this that it stretches in multiple directions. In other words, it stretches left to right or east to west and north and south. That way you're going to get a nice fit to your head when you put it on. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tip of the week and that you learned something new. Now remember to go below your YouTube screen in the description section and check those links out. So you scroll down till you see the words show more, or it might just say more. Click on that and it will expand open and you will see all of the links to the different scarves I've talked about. Now make sure you follow me on Instagram and go and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.